I am.
Couldn't get out quick enough?
Chandra reckon it was great that I live close to the airport.
No?
Big effort to start the game, and you were cruising from there, or you see it differently?
Oh, no, we certainly weren't cruising. I think they're a much better side than where they sit on the ladder. The health and availability of their list appears to be pretty good. So, I mean, Ryan Griffin's 200th. I mean, we expected a really tough encounter today, and I thought, you know, the Bulldogs showed today that while the result probably wasn't what they would have wanted, they showed that they've got some players that are going to be really good players. You know, we put some time into Bontempelli and he still got away from us. You know, Griffin is an elite player in the competition. Murphy's an elite player. So the combination of youth and experience is still really good. We've got a lot of respect for them. So we knew it was going to be a hard-fought game. And, I mean, we kicked some goals at the end to blow the margin out, but it certainly didn't feel like a 50-point win.
What's Jack Siebel's done? Is it ice on his knee at the end?
Yeah, he missed 3 weeks earlier this year with a knee injury. So yeah, I spoke to him after the game and he said it's fine. It's just he just got a little bit of a tweak on the same knee, but he's not concerned about it.
What do you make of Daniel Wells? Who's at the back?
Yeah, he probably exceeded my expectations in his ability to run out the game, and you know, we played him forward for the most part, and I thought he looked really lively. You know what you're going to get from him: speed and class and pressure. But I thought what really encouraged us was his efforts in the midfield in the last quarter, when he probably had every reason to be tired and fatigued, but he actually got us going in the midfield, so it's great to have him back.
Did you plan for him to play the whole 4 quarters?
Yeah, that was our hope. I didn't want to... Look, there was discussion about whether to play him last week rather than in the VFL, but you know, our policy, all things being equal, is to have players come in and play well, not come in and hope they play well.
Did you 2 weeks out from the finals? How are you travelling? You know, if you look at that game today, were you happy with? Is there areas where you need to improve, or is there? You know, what do you think?
Yeah, look, I was really pleased with that game today. A lot of the things that we've been working on, we executed really well, particularly early. We put ourselves and the Bulldogs put us under a lot of pressure in the second quarter. So they were very good, and we invited the pressure a little bit. Some goals against us from our mistakes and sure their pressure, but we didn't respond to that pressure very well. But then after half time, we adjusted that and responded really well. And in some of our losses this year, we haven't been able to respond to some things that have happened in game. So the players did that really well today.
You've beaten them all this year except for Geelong. So are you getting back to that level, or I mean, not as if you dropped off, but
yeah,
are you happy with where you're at?
Oh, I think I said a couple of weeks ago, I think there's a lot more upside in us than downside. You know, we live in a really critical environment. You know, and by that I mean it's easy to criticise and look at what's not working than look at the positives and the upside. And you know, Ben Brown I think was really good again today, and you know, Petrie is looking really good. And even when most people would say he was struggling, you know, we rate him really highly for the stuff he does off the ball, but he needs some support. And Black is starting to look a lot better. The combination's looking better. You know, this is the first game this year that our midfielders played together. Swallows, Zeeble, Wells, Cunnington haven't played one game together until now. So, you know, that just your availability is going to help us.
What's the focus for the last couple of rounds?
I just keep improving and keep playing the footy that's going to make us competitive against the best sides. And you know, we know the areas we've got to improve. You know, I thought that today our intensity around the contest against the good contested ball side was really good. Our clearance work was fantastic. You know, and defensively we've defended our back half pretty well this year, and we needed to, because the second quarter we were under siege there for a fair bit.
Sorry to bring it up when you talk about, you know, being overly critical or whatever else, but the incident with Drew Petrie late in the second quarter, does that form the same category as Lindsay Thomas staging work a couple of weeks ago?
Sorry, I'm
where we won
not
the
sure.
free kick back 20 metres out right in front, looked like a pretty innocuous sort of pushing. incident?
Oh yeah, well, sometimes they pay them. I think Ross Lyon said a few weeks ago he doesn't want the umpires to guess. Well, I mean, we had a free kick paid against us before the ball even bounced last week. You know, Harvey and Del Santo, you know, for taggers coming and pushing and shoving them, and the free kicks paid against us. So, I mean, I think you all know my thoughts. I'd prefer the umpires don't pay them, and the players will stop staging for them. But when you get pushed high, if there's any contact high, you risk the umpire paying a free kick. We had examples of Boomer Harvey doing it in the Geelong game. You know, our instruction to our players is do not give the umpires any reason to pay a free kick against us, and we want to play the ball. But I only saw the aftermath of that response, and there probably could have been a couple of free kicks paid after it based on what's been paid this year. But the direction to our players is really clear. Don't do anything that gives the umpires an excuse to pay one against us, and play the footy and play it hard. And staging, we don't want that to be part of our repertoire.
Any concerns about Wells' bump on Higgins in the last quarter?
Well, look, the message has been passed on to all clubs in no uncertain terms not to comment on the match review panel or incidents that may go before that. That being said, my position from where I was sitting is, again, our instruction to our players is really clear. Go as hard as you can at the footy. And it looked to me, from my vantage point, that he was going for the ball.
I don't think he got him in the head, did he? I think he hit him.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Sorry, Brad, that Brown, Petrie, Black, is that your sort of... You're going into the finals with those guys now? Have you settled?
It's going to have to be. Dawes out for the year, Tarrant's out for the year.
Yeah.
You know, but there is one young man, Mason Wood, who will push and continue to push. He's been playing really well in the VFL. I suspect when Mason Wood comes into our side, he may not go out. But we've got to make sure when he comes in that he comes in ready to play well. And he's still got a couple of things in his game that he's really aware of that he's got to improve on. And so that's where the pressure's going to come from for our forward line players.
He hurt his knee yesterday in the VFL. No?
Yeah, well, if he did, I haven't been made aware of it yet.
Okay.
But sometimes they leave me alone game day. Wait till tomorrow. All good? Thanks, guys.